right, today's math lesson is chapter 5, lesson number 5, which is reading and writing numbers to 1,000. So I kind of said earlier, this lesson should be pretty easy because you guys are writing your numbers to 1,000 on your number scroll. However, the tricky part is going to be reading numbers to 1,000 because sometimes it's hard to read those numbers in words. Not in digits, but in words. So our essential question for this chapter and lesson is how can I use place value? And that's what we're going to be working on throughout this lesson again is place value. We're going to watch a video that goes with this lesson first. And then we'll get to our lesson.
Read and write numbers to 1,000.
Okay. Sorry, it's not very loud, is it?
Read the speakers harder than writing. 100.
Read and write numbers to
That's
1,000.
Still not very
Why
loud,
don't
is
you
it?
turn the speakers on?
Turn it all the speakers full volume.
Oh, I know why now.
Because I have 3 sets of speakers.
We can read and write numbers with symbols and words. This chart shows the symbols and words that are used for some of the numbers from 1 to 1,000. Let's read the numbers on the chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. The chart will help us find the words to write the number 538. 538. 538. A hyphen is used between the number in the tens place, 30, and the number in the ones place, 8.
Okay? So, the reason why we need to use that hyphen is to hyphenate 38, or if it was 27. So we are going to use that little dash before the number in the 10 spot and the number in the 1 spot. Okay, so we're going to practice this. I'm going to have, Kristen, please throw that couple away when you're done. Tyson and Keaton, would you pass these up, please? Once you get a paper from Tyson or Keaton, why don't you get the girls and Tyson will get the boys? Put your name at the top right away.
Carson, your water spoon is straw almost gone. Oh wait. Is that 1,000? And remind my brain.
I did not. Okay, go
Okay, Tyson still coming. Were you short a couple, Keaton?
I spell
Can you
count.
give one to John?
I have one.
And one to Carson, please?
Then Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte.
I don't know. Just so your desk is kind of neat about that paper. And then Tyson, there should be one more up for.
This can be Elliot or mine myself. Where's my pink one?
And we have two left.
Where's my paper?
All right, name at the top. Now, on our chart, this is like your number scroll. That is your 100 page. Even though it has 200 at the bottom, that's when you get to 200. On this page, we're not to 200 yet, so I would call this your 100th page. So on this page, every number has to have 3 digits. And as you notice, on the top row, you have to put a 0 in that tens place to hold its place value. Because if you didn't have that 0 there, this just would be 11, 12, 13.
14.
Yep, and so on. Now, you guys know the pattern. You've seen the pattern. On this page, since it's our hundreds page, the 1 is in the hundreds place. If you look at the ones place, we have ones going down on this column. Oops, Mrs. Murphy bumped that. Ones, twos, threes, fours, fives, six, sevens, eights, nines, and zeros in the ones place. That's the pattern. Now the pattern for the tens number goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that goes for every column. So right now, I know you guys can do this easily. The first direction says fill in the missing numbers. So go ahead with your pencil, put in the missing numbers.
Miss Murphy, I already did.
Okay, just quietly do it. And I know you guys will be able to do this quickly and easily because you guys are pros at this.
Miss Murphy, you already did it. And you said it when I said it. That's cool.
I already done.
Okay, so you should have put in 115, 132, 157, 178, and 199.
I was all right.
Okay, now, the next direction says, we are going to read the numbers from 101 to 150. So we're going to start here, and we're going to go all the way down to here. And we're going to do it as a whole class. Okay, you guys ready? Need a big breath. Ready? 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106,
107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 127,
127. I'm going to stop. There's 3 people I'm going to clip down because they're not reading with us. I'll clip them down in a minute. All right, we're going to continue, and if I need to clip more people down, I will.
128, 129, 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, 141, 142, 143, 144, 135, 136, 147, 148, 149, 150!
All right, go ahead with your red crayon. Color all of those numbers we just read.
Oh,
Like any color?
no.
Red.
like pencil. No, Mr. Red. Okay, first red. Stepping up.
I took a bite of it. What was that already brown?
Well, we have to go all the way to there. I have two.
As you put your red away, go ahead and get out your yellow.
Got it. I forgot to color too.
Now, as you color the red, I want you to think, when we said the numbers, we said the hundreds number first, 100. Don't say and. I know sometimes I catch myself trying to say and. I know a couple of you are trying to say and. You don't say and unless there's a decimal. So you just say 100, and then the tens number, then the ones number. So 128. 148. Do not say and. So don't say 128, because that would be a different number. That number would be this. If Mrs. Murphy were to say 128, that's what that number is.
That's way
And
different.
that is way different. That'd be like having $1.28. Or $128. See how that's totally different?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot more money than this.
Miss Murphy.
Yeah.
Or like a
So don't say and when you're saying a number on the hundreds chart. Because we only say and if we're going to have a decimal. And we won't have to worry about that in second grade. Hayden.
Or you could just say 1 and then the tens and then the 1.
Yeah, but you have to say 100 because we have to know which place value it is. Okay? So don't forget the 100. Wyatt. What's that?
So, it says color those numbers yellow,
We're not done yet.
and then that says green. Yellow and green. So it says my paper.
Oh, it does.
I
Okay.
saw that on the paper. I just
This
thought you
is
were right.
Miss Murphy!
Nice.
We're red. Good job,
Okay,
Wyatt.
Wyatt caught Mrs. Murphy's mistake. I must have glanced at my paper and thought I saw the word red, but it was the word read. And so what color were we supposed to color them?
Yellow.
Okay, remote learners. If you color them red or yellow, it's fine. Okay, let's read this next one. I'll read this next one closely.
Miss
Thank you, Wyatt.
Look at this.
Read the numbers from 151 to 200. I think we're going to skip that because you guys got it. You know the pattern. We are going to color those numbers green. Is that what it says? Yes. Okay, so let's color those green. Sorry about that.
I already had you to be the teacher. We should.
All right, color those green. It's like Christmas.
All of them?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Every
We're going to skip saying them because it wants us to say them, but you guys, are you good at knowing
Yes,
that? Yeah.
Carson, you
My
just
mouth hurts.
scribble all over it. Yeah, because it's faster.
And it's really hard to say them with our mask.
200. Ow.
100 sometimes, because we were doing it
It's
so
the
much,
end.
I
Oh
go
my
loud
goodness.
and quiet.
Ow.
Quiet.
I'm gonna write it so hard and fast at the same time. But I'm gonna write it so hard. I'm barely thinking. I colored the whole thing already.
Green's a decent color.
Right. I already colored it. Daddy, now we'll only go medium. Mr. Bill's done for you.
All right, when you're done with the next set of numbers from 151 to 200, you may flip your paper over to the next page, which is page 322.
322, that's Stop feeling the details.
We don't need no detail. I'm not doing detail.
We're trying to build
We don't need a bunch of furniture. In every room with a box.
Miss Murphy, that's good that Wyatt catched us.
I know.
Why? We
the job.
should be moving her back to our seat. Why there? You should make us restart the teacher
board.
Wait, no. Miss Murphy could be a kid. Mason's
Okay, here we go.
You should learn more to see more.
I think we're ready to go. On the next paper, it says guided practice. Here's our helpful hint. 1,000 is equal to 10 hundredths, which we know because we have to have 10 pages of our number scroll to get to 1,000. And we write this number 1, comma, 0, 0, 0. So why do we put that comma there, Raylan? Why do we put that comma there? It is. It's easier to read. Because if I just put that number, it's harder for Mrs. Murphy to read. But if I put this comma here, I know it's 1,000. Because that comma, the very first comma, tells Mrs. Murphy I need to say the word 1,000. So 1,000. Okay? And then when you get really big numbers, like that, Wyatt, what is that?
1 million.
How do you know it's 1 million?
Because there's 3 zeros in 1,000 and there's 6 zeros in 1,000.
Yeah.
And there's 2 commas.
Good job. Wyatt knows this already. There's three zeros in 1,000 and a comma, and there's 6 zeros in a million and 2 commas. So that's why we put commas in to help us read the numbers easier and to say them. Okay, Corla.
Like on our number school, we do.
It did put a comma there. Oh, shut up.
Should I tell her that Brooklyn and Ellie are gone?
Tell her this next Corla. Tell her Brooklyn and Ellie are gone, and ask her if Ingrid can go today after you because she might go to Mrs. Shaper later. Can you ask her?
And I forgot to tell Corla so she can go to reading course.
See, next time you need to leave her timer on. Okay. Next time we need to leave her timer on. Okay, Corla, what were you saying? Yep. All right, now you can read and write numbers with symbols and words. So we can write numbers with both symbols and with words and with numbers. Okay? So here's that chart they showed us earlier in the video. Now, we're going to read this number, and you're going to help Mrs. Murphy read it because I already know how to read these.
530.
But you guys need to learn how to read these. So let's read it together. Here we go. Ready? 538. And they put a hyphen between the 30 and the 8. So go ahead and trace the number 538.
I already did that. Oh, you shut it off.
Oh no!
You just worry about you. I'll worry about you. Okay, on number 1 and 2, we're going to read the number and then we're going to write the number. This is the easy part. This next part's going to be hard. So, on number 1, put your finger on the word 30 and let's read this all together. Ready? 38.
You need to put something.
Why aren't you reading with us? Huh? All right, let's try it again. Ready?
38.
All right, how would we write that? Louis?
3 and 8.
30 and an 8. So I hear 30 and I hear 8. Okay, go ahead and write that. Then when you're ready, let's read the next one together.
128.
Oh, let's try it again. Ready?
121.
All right.
20.
Write the number 100.
20.
Tyson. 121. No, don't say and.
100.
Okay. Down below, this is the hard part. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to write the number in words and then read the number. So, let's actually read this number first.
710.
It's taking a long time.
Okay, thanks, Addie. Let's read it all together. Ready?
710.
No and. Ready?
710.
No and. Let's try it again.
This is hard. 710. This is hard.
All right. So we have to write that. We have to write 7 and 100. And 100 is a word you're going to have to memorize because throughout math, all the way through high school, you're going to always be spelling 100. And you should know your number words from kindergarten. I know Mrs. Stitman should have taught you how to write your number words. And you should have learned last year in first grade. 710. So you have to write that whole thing. This is the hard part. Get ready, Tyson. 710. And why do you think Mrs. Murphy has to write something like this? I have to write this a lot. Does anyone know? Right?
Like every day?
Every day. Maybe not every day, but almost every day. When I have to pay a bill, like let's say I have to pay for my house, and I have to write a check, my house payment might be $710. And when I write out the check, I need to know how to spell each word. So when you guys get older and have bills to pay, like maybe you have to pay for your truck or your car or your house or your electricity or to pay for the garbage, you need to know how to spell these words. Hayden.
But you have to write it like in a different way.
Like, are you meaning your signature?
Oh.
That's where you write it fancy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right about that, Keaton. When you sign your check, you write your name fancy, so that in a different way. But when you write the words, you have to write them nice and neat so the bank knows how much money. Because what if Mrs. Murphy wrote sloppy and it's supposed to be 710, but Mrs. Murphy didn't write this very nice and neat, and the bank thought it was 810. That wouldn't be good because the bank would take more money than I told them to take. So that's why it's important to write nice and neat. Quiet.
I have two things. So the fancy writing is called cursive.
Cursive, yeah.
And then the other thing is, or you can have bills to pay for livestock.
Yes, definitely. And if you have a business, right? Definitely. All right, this next one should be easier. Let's read it all together. Ready? 900. So let's spell 9. N-I-N-E. You can sound that out. 9. And then 100.
900. No and.
No and. Good job, Tyson.
500. 500. 500.
900. That's the easy one.
900. That's our
Okay, when you're done, flip it to the back to the problem solving. And we're going to do the 2 problem solving skills before you do the independent practice.
Before.
Yes, you can cross off the brain builders.
Can I do it in blue?
Just cross it off nicely.
Are we on the label you
Okay, nicely cross off the brain builders on up. And we're going to do the problem solving at the top. All right, I will read number 16, and I want you to think, what do we need to do to solve this problem? There are 119 frogs in the pond. Write the number of frogs in the pond in words.
Oh no.
So how would we write this, Tyson?
We would just write that number on there as words.
Okay, perfect. So Tyson says just take that number and we're going to write it as words. So what's the first word we should write?
100.
No.
100. Like 90.
One. So you gotta write the number
100.
1.
1.
Oh, that's on. 1.
100.
100.
9.
Okay,
Teen.
now. Tyson said 9 and then teen. So you get to look at your chart when you do this on the next side. I'm going to show you this chart to use because I don't want you asking Mrs. Murphy, how do I spell this? But since you can't flip, I'm going to help you with this word. 9 teen. And I have 2 long E's there. We're practicing long E's this week.
Yes, we are.
19. So 119.
Yeah, not 119.
Good job, Tyson.
Miss
You
Murphy,
got
I
it.
just figured something out. Just 119.
These problem solvings are easy.
And you got red. Yeah.
100.
And you guys will you'll get teen down because you'll be writing like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
20.
So you'll get those all down easily. Okay, I'll go on to number 17. Well, some of you finished. Amber is thinking of this number word. 256. What is the number? How would we write that? I read the words. How would I write it, right?
The number 2.
Okay, the number 2. Then what, Reed? I got 200 down. What did you say, Reed?
And then 5 and then 6.
You got it. Then
I know
5,
how to write that.
then 6. So 256.
No, she's weird because she's like a cloud yesterday.
5 minutes. Ingrid, 5 minutes, okay? So when the big hand's on the 5.
The big hand on the front. That's when.
Hey, Kaden.
If you take away the 2 and make it a 4, it's 4, 5, 6.
It would be, wouldn't it? Okay, did everybody get this page done? I know
Yeah.
Abby, you just
No.
came in.
I'll help her.
I will help you, or if I can help you in just a minute, okay? Addie, would you just go on, and everybody else is gonna go on to the independent practice page?
I can figure this out on my
Okay, now, on this page, I'm gonna do one of them together, because I wanna show you exactly how to do it. And you might have to open your paper and lay it on your desk like this. Because you might want to use your chart over here to help you spell the words.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, on the first one, at the top, I think you guys can do this. This is not the hard part. Down here is the hard part. At the top, you're just going to read the number word and write the number. Do you guys think you can do this? Yeah. So this first one, 199. I just have to read it and then write it. Now, don't go ahead because I want to do this one with you. Down below, this is the hard part. But I don't want you asking Mrs. Murphy how to do it because I want you to use your chart. That is why they gave you the chart. This one should be easy, 1,000, because where is it in your chart?
At the bottom.
At the
bottom.
You just copy that. Just copy that right down there. 1,000. Now, let's do this next one. Well, I'm not going to actually do this one with you, but I'm going to show you on the chart. 700. So everybody point where the 700 is on your chart. Right now, point with your finger. 700. So that is the first word you're going to write. 700. And then what goes after 700?
18.
Then I go find 18, and I just copy that word, 18. Do you guys understand how to do this? Now, use your chart. So if you have to leave this open so that both papers are out, I would do that for this worksheet, or for this page. Because this chart is going to help you. So don't ask Mrs. Murphy, because I'm just going to point to the chart. Because I don't want it to spell them for you. That's what the chart is doing for you. When you get done with this page, hand it in to math, and then you have two choices. You're either going to AR read and test, and you can go around the room, or number scrolls at your desk. Okay?